Hello and welcome to Steinberg. My name is Stephan Schütze. I've been using Steinberg products for many years. I started a long time ago with Cubase 3, then I moved on to Nuendo, and more recently I've moved on to Nuendo 7, and now I'm using Nuendo 8. With Nuendo 8, I can create content directly in the program when I'm working on 360 videos, or if I'm working on an interactive VR project, I can use the tools in Nuendo 8 to preview how my audio is going to behave once I get it into the interactive project. It's because the new reality formats are so different that tools like Nuendo 8 are really important. Spatial audio for VR and AR functions in a different way to many of the traditional forms of media that we've been used to. VR is far more than just sticking a couple of screens close to your eyes. There is a level of immersion that has never previously been possible with other forms of media. So when we are creating a virtual world experience, what we're trying to do is simulate how humans hear in the real world. And that's spherically. That's with sounds coming to our ears from all different directions. One of the important things is that VR supports head tracking. What this means is that when I have the headset on, if I turn my head or even tilt my head, all of this is reflected in what I'm seeing visually, and it needs to be reflected in what I'm hearing. So for me, I think that headphones are optimal for the experience of 360 video and VR interactive projects. And I have several reasons for this. Firstly, as I said, with the head tracking, when we rotate our head, when we tilt, when we move, our perception of the virtual world should shift. And we can do that far more accurately with headphones. If I've got fixed speakers in my room, in my studio, in my lounge room, when I move my head, the speakers, the position of the speakers and what the speakers are actually playing back does not alter. With head tracking, I can be presented with the world rotating around me, tilting, shifting. One of the other aspects is when we create a virtual world and we present it to somebody, one of the things that is very important for creating a convincing environment is reflections or reverb. So when we place them in a virtual world, we try to match the reflections of their position in that location. If we then bring somebody into a room such as this with speakers, that doesn't work in the same way because any reflections that are in the project are then combined with the reflections of this space here. So it's important to talk about how Ambisonics works. The nature of Ambisonics means that it captures a spherical sound field, and it does so because of the setup of the microphone capsules in an ambisonic microphone. Now, Nuendo 8 will import ambisonic sound files in the same way that does any other format. So if it's stereo, Nuendo will import 2 channels. Whereas an ambisonic one, it will import multiple channels. It is the combination of those channels that creates that perception of the spherical sound field. So you need to be very careful. If you edit a single channel within an Ambisonics recording in Nuendo, you run the risk of actually disrupting how that sound field is functioning. One of the good things is that Nuendo 8 allows you to record Ambisonics content directly into the project in real time, which means it's ideal for capturing live performances. VR and 360 video are going to allow us to create experiences that are more immersive than anything we've previously been able to provide for our audiences. We're going to need tools like Nuendo 8 to be able to get the most out of these new formats. In the next video, I'm going to dive into Nuendo 8's VR functionality and have a look and see just what tools we have available to allow us to create truly amazing and immersive virtual content for our audiences. Stay tuned for the next video, and thank you very much for watching.